Hi everybody, I'm Kathy Grant, City of Lodi Watershed Program Coordinator, and today we have a friend of mine with us. We're going for a walk. Come on over here, Jay Bell. Give him a wave. So in a bit we're going to walk down these trails. We are here. What we're going to do this morning with you is walk down the center of the nature area on up to Pigs Lake. We'll head over to the river and be able to not see the mountains and the beyond, but you will see the river, and then we'll wind our way back through and then on out. So if you come without us and you want to learn more about the nature area, we've got behind us a set of panels focusing on the lower Mokelumne River watershed. And we would hope that as we learn more about where we live, that we would develop a sense of responsibility, and we would encourage you as the City of Lodi to become good stewards of this wonderful resource, the lower Mokelumne River watershed. So come on, let's go.
So when you're walking around in nature, always look for something that doesn't fit, that doesn't really match the rest of the surroundings. And this was one of those things. All this dirt here doesn't make any sense other than the fact that this is a red fox den. And red foxes have raised young here for about 3 years each spring. The problem with the red fox den is it's very close to a trail, and so people were aware of it, and then kids came and started to try to dig it out or dig around in it. My advice, my plea is don't change nature. When you find something in nature, leave it the way you find it. So here in the nature area, we always want to be on the lookout for wildlife. And right now I'm looking at about 6 deer, 1 little spiked horn buck, and the rest of them appear to be does. And I know there are here in the nature area 2 does with twin fawns, but I don't see those here.
Trash out here in the nature area is a problem that can be undone by us picking it up or maybe not even dropping it in the first place. So here's to you who do that.
What'd you get there? A little, oh. Well, now this is one of my favorite places in the nature area. This is called Pigs Lake because in days gone past, apparently, there were pig farms near here and the pigs would hang around here. Pigs Lake is just really, I think, what used to be an oxbow in the river, and then it got closed off by erosion and water soil being brought down and became this basically a pond. But one thing that I really, really like about it is that it has this little plant. It's called a zola, and it's a water fern. There are certain ferns in the world that grow on water, and a zola is one of them. And each little plant is about as big as the end of your finger. And a zola is interesting, not only because it is a water fern, let me put this back so it can continue to thrive, but it's a nitrogen fixer. And air is 4 parts nitrogen, 1 part oxygen. Plants need nitrogen, and they're living in a sea of nitrogen, but they can't get it. They can't absorb it, except for beans and peas and locust trees and a zola, who can then capture the nitrogen, incorporate it in their bodies, use it for their fertilizer, and then when they die, it's released into the environment for everybody else to take advantage of. In underdeveloped countries that don't use chemical fertilizers, don't have chemical fertilizers, they use the zola in the rice paddies to help fertilize the rice paddies.
So we are on now the northernmost piece of the Lodi Lake Nature Area alongside the Mokelumne River. And if I had students with me and we were giving a docent tour, this would be the place that we would talk about watershed. What is a watershed? So a watershed is basically a drainage area. It's where water moves. Water is always moving and likes to move to the lowest level possible. So here, water has come from 10,000 feet above sea level, and it's winding its way down. So this is our lower Mokelumne River watershed. And oh, by the way, this is also where we get our drinking water. It's Mokelumne River. 50% of the city's drinking water comes out of the lower Mokelumne River water. So it's important that we are taking care of it, protecting it, and not allowing contaminants into it from off the streets of the city of Lodi, which also, by the way, discharges out into this river. So we're hoping that you help us keep this water clean.